All right, this is the Core SWX booth here at NAB 2025. We're going to talk about a slew of new stuff that we have out. So last year, if you are familiar, we introduced our Power Base Edge Snap. It's a 49 watt hour battery that's magnetic. It can stick to a QR plate, and then you would screw this to, say, your rig, or it has a V-mount mechanical connection, so you can mount it to a V-mount plate. But you can mount this all over, or if you have something metal, you can mount it to your cart or your wall or something like that, or a door. And then you can stack them up. So now I have a 98 watt hour battery. So you double the power. And the way that these charge, you just stack them all together. You stack up to 8. You plug in one USB-C cable, and it'll charge all of the batteries at once. Recently, we just announced our Snap It plates. So when we came out with Power Base Edge Snap, people wanted pass-through plates, obviously, for V and G mount stuff, and so we delivered. So now we have Snap It in G mount, V mount, and you'll notice this little switch here. You can go from devices. So if you're going to throw this, say you're going to throw this micro V mount on your Komodo X or your V Raptor, you can slide that onto the camera, and now you can snap batteries onto the back of the camera. And you don't need cables to go into the DC input. Now power is passing through into the camera. If you have more plates, because you don't just want one of these, you want to keep your kit versatile. These are only $59 each, so we're not like trying to make money on the plates. We want you to be able to use the system. So these are only $59 each. So if I was an AC or somebody on set or DIT that needed batteries all the time, and then you're also taking other people's gear in, you want to be ready for both mounts. But you can also switch these plates to charge mode. And now I can put them on a V or G mount charger. And then I can put the batteries on a charger and then charge them this way. So now you have two different ways to charge the batteries. So that was just recently announced, pass-through plates. And then the last few days, a couple days ago, we announced this is what I was excited about, our Snap Extreme. This is a 98 watt hour version of Snap. As you can tell, it's a little double the size almost. Same thing, same features as the Snap, 2 PD Pros, 2 P-taps. You can change the colors of the LEDs if you'd like, to color code cameras or identification on set.
So it's still a 98 watt.
But it's 98 watt hours and it has a lock. That's key. So now I can put this on, even our QR plate. You can see the 2 holes on all these plates. Put that on there, lock it, that is not coming off. So now you can put this on, say if you want to put an FX3 here or R5C, you can power it via PD Pro to USB-C, or our PD Pro connection is also 100% USB-C compatible, and you can just run a normal USB-C cable to it. But now you can put this on the bottom of your camera on top, and then you can put your tripod plate on here, and there's no worries of this moving. Also, it's much more robust when you put it now on other devices. So you can put this on your 703. Now you got a 98 watt hour battery on the back of that. If I want to add another Snap, no problem. Now I have a 150 watt hour battery. If I'm traveling, I can bring as many of these 98 watt hour batteries I want because it's under 100 watt hours. Now I can take these when I'm on set, snap 2 of them together, lock them together. Now I have a 200 watt hour battery. Super versatile. You can keep doing whatever you want. And then also these obviously go on the charger as well, like so. So that's the Snap It plates and the Snap Extreme. I think these 2 plates and this locking device and 98 watt hour battery open up this ecosystem now to where people now kind of get it, and you can save the day on set. Say if you had the DP has a V-mount camera and your monitor's gold now, it doesn't matter now. I have multiple Snap It plates, so I don't have to worry about that. Now I can power everything on set, and you're not waiting for like a PA to go to get batteries at the rental house or something like that.
The solution is here.
All the solutions are here. We're also talking about our M Snap batteries that are. I don't have them all here right now, but this is Canon BPA, Sony L series, and then we have a Sony BPU, which this is our older one. As you can tell, it's different. These are prototypes. But the difference between this and these ones is you can stack these up now and charge them with one USB-C cable. And it doesn't matter what the voltage, doesn't matter about the capacity. All these talk to each other and they charge up. So now you don't have to carry around a BPU charger or a BPA charger or a Sony L series charger. So say if you use an FX6 with a monitor that takes L series batteries, now you don't need to carry all those chargers. You just stack these together and you charge them all at once. This also has our PD Pro connection, which is this Velcro's from another side of the booth, but there's no orientation that it needs to be in, so you can orient it to how your rig is built. On the L series is just PD Pro. So say you have this on your monitor and then you're also using an FX30 or FX3, you can run USB. Yeah, you can power your monitor with this and then run a USB-C cable into the camera, and now power your camera now with the battery that's on the monitor, and then be able to hot swap it with the battery that's inside the camera. So now there's a whole bunch of just opportunities now to keep your camera running and give you options on how to power things. With the BPA and BPU batteries, we also give you a P-tap. So not only can you charge it with USB-C, P-tap, and BPA, you can now power 2 more devices with USB-C, or you can get our PD Pro cables that go to 2-pin. We have PD Pro to 4-pin, XLR, PD Pro to TA4, PD Pro to Hiroshi cable, and then again, no orientation needed. They click in. It's a more secure connection than a regular USB-C cable. You don't have to worry about putting it backwards from a P-tap cable. So our M snaps a lot of people are interested in these in the show because, again, you don't have to travel now with several different chargers. You can just stack your batteries and plug them in with a USB-C charger. And then lastly, we came out with a new V-mount battery called XL. It's a 99 watt hour and 150 watt hour. This battery is only $179. The 150 is $255. But this is, first time I saw this battery, I did not believe it was $179. This is also just the prototype. This thing is going to be rock solid. Also gives you USB-C, USB-A, P-tap, and 8 volt and 12 volt output ports. They're V-mount, so all our V-mount batteries now have a 1/4-20 screw on the back, so you can mount it if you're not with an arm or what have you with whatever rig you're kind of using. You can change the color.
These that are charged, please.
Which one?
I'll take any one. Let me borrow these for a second. I'm
Okay.
so sorry.
So you can change the color of the screen. Here, the 150 is working better. Again, these are prototypes and I can change the color of the screen and cycle through. Again, color coding the cameras. Let's just choose red for now. You hold it down for a little bit. All right, cool. And then we also, and it tells you runtime as well. And then you can also, hopefully this way, put your logo into the battery. So, your logo, our power, but you would put your logo into the battery. So now you can asset tag the batteries by just looking at it. Wraparound LEDs like all of our other batteries, so you can see them from different angles if you're not at the rig, but you can kind of get an idea of how much power is up. So there's always constant communication with us and with you and with the camera to let you know what's going on with your power. That's it for the smaller stuff. We also upgraded our Helix Max packs. Now they're Helix Max Ultra packs. As you can see, the 99 and 160 watt hour batteries got a facelift, and they got the more robust shell with the LCD on the side, or LCD screen on the side now. New wraparound LEDs. Again, you can change the colors on these too. So you can color code on set. Always communicating with the crew and with you on set. But with Helix Max Ultra, we've also incorporated our PD Pro cable, and we can talk about that as well, because these are important. These outputs are important. Again, it doesn't matter the orientation when you put it in, 100% USB-C compatible, and we can make PD Pro to 2-pin, PD Pro to 3-pin, PD Pro to 4-pin XLR, PD Pro to Hiroshi. Any cable you need, we can make with this connection. And then you can even charge the battery now with a USB-C cable. And then obviously the P-tap cable on there as well. Again, you can read these. Sorry, I should have mentioned VoltBridge ID before, but check this out. You can chat. So we have our VoltBridge ID app. Click on that. I want to scan a battery. So now I can scan my core batteries, and I get battery health, date and service, cycle counts, temperature, serial number. You can asset tag the batteries. So with all of our batteries that have this ID little symbol, you can scan the battery and get all your battery's information. Again, constant communication with you, and then you can update and see how your batteries are doing. These are 10 amp continuous in high voltage and 20 amp continuous in low voltage. These are native dual voltage batteries, so they do both 28 and 14 volt. They can power both 28 and 14 volt devices. And the way we do that is the pin configuration on the battery. So when you put this on a 703 that has, or whatever monitor, that plate on that monitor is only asking for 14 volts, so it's only going to connect with those pins. So this battery will provide 14 volts to that. If you have an Alexa 35 or a Ursa Cine 12K, and you have our Helix plate, that plate will ask for 28 volts. So it will give it 28 volts, and then the camera will turn on. So this will never, you don't have any risk of damaging any gear, because this is only going to give you what the device is asking for. So you don't have to buy a bunch of different extra plates for all your devices. If you have a bunch of 14 volt devices, then you have one like Alexa 35. You have to buy one plate for the device that you want it to be high voltage, rather than buying a bunch of plates to make a high voltage battery work on all your 14 volt gear. So this, like, as a rental house, I see this as incredibly helpful, because now you can just buy one set of batteries that also charge on your 14 volt chargers. You don't need a special charger. And now everything's uniform. So if somebody orders an FX9, no problem. I have my Helix Max Ultra packs that are also 14 volt. That camera's 19.5 volts, but you need a plate to convert it, all that stuff. But now I can use those batteries on a low voltage camera, and then use them on my low voltage chargers as well. And then if somebody wants to rent an Alexa 35, my prep tech is just pulling the same batteries, because they work for everything that's going to be on that gig. So it makes it super simple, and there's less chance for like a mistake being made on set. You don't have to have B mounts that are only high voltage, and then G mounts that are low voltage. You can make everything uniform on set, so everything's gold mount, or everything's V mount, or everything's B mount. All right, well, B mount is a different thing. But yeah, we have 99 watt hour, 160 watt hour, 300 watt hour, and then 400 watt hour battery packs. B mount, G mount, V mount. And that's our Helix Max Ultra battery line. And they have, even the big boys have 2 PD Pros and 2 P-Taps on the side.